We get to begin with our journals today. These are fabulous multi-page, thick paper journals with a spiral binding. So we're going to have a blast this year. We'll be able to use paint and all kinds of stuff on here. So we are going to put the spiral at the top, and we're going to leave some space for our name to be very clearly printed. So for that, I used a ruler, nestled it against the spiral, and lightly dragged my pencil across to make a ghost line. Then, notice when there's a ghost line, it's super easy to erase. I'm going to use ghost lines again to write my name large and clear. Use the name that you will be called in school, your first name, most likely. Sometimes people have a shorter name or a different name. I'm writing slowly and clearly with big open letters. Try and leave space to write your class code inside of a circle over on the right-hand side. If you're in 5th grade, the number will be 5. If you're in 4th, the number will be 4. And then you'll write the first letter of your teacher name. So if your teacher's name is Mr. Fisher, you'll write F. If your teacher's name is Van Clock, you'll write V. So I wrote 3V to pretend I'm in Miss Van Clock's 3rd grade class. Now, if you like how you've done your name, you can begin to trace it with a dark color. If you don't like it, erase it. Try again. I am using a black crayon. I am writing slowly. This is the one part of your journal where I'm going to kind of tell you what things should look like. Nice and neat and big. If you want to write your name goofy, write it in a different part of your sketchbook. You can definitely experiment with letters today in your sketchbook. Now, I am going to put a messy mat under here because we can get messy with our new journals. I am going to start to create just a loose abstract drawing. You can draw something specific. You can do whatever you want. Don't be too concerned because you can always add to it later with other materials. We'll be using all kinds of new things. There might even be a sticker or a small applicated thing that you put on later. So you don't have to be in love with what you do today. Just express yourself. I'm using lots of colors, and I'm using crayon so that I can try the wax resist technique in a little bit. Wax resist is when you use a little bit of water on your brush, you pick up some pigment of watercolor paint, and you lightly brush that pigment onto your art. In between colors, I pounce my brush so I can get a clean blue and then a clean green. This is sped up. Notice my brush is being used kind of on its tippy toes like a ballerina. I'm very lightly using my brush, and once I have painted some color on, I don't go back and rub too hard on that wet paper. It's gonna keep my paper nice and strong if I only do some light ballerina tippy toe brushing. Around the art room, there's a color wheel, and that's one way to see which colors will look really good next to each other because they're already next to each other on the color wheel. They'll blend nicely. If colors are not next to each other, then you'll end up with a bit of brown or gray, which can be nice in small amounts as well. So this is just a loose, fun way of getting color and design onto your journal. Don't worry about it looking perfect. Carry it to the drying rack and have fun.